Hello to all my Tauruses out there and welcome to my channel Roseology. I hope this video finds you in amazing spirits. Thank you so much for visiting me today. So this video is for all my Tauruses, like I was saying, so that is Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And in this reading, we're going to be checking out the energetic forecast for the month of June. So we're going to be covering everything from your finances to career, love, family, challenges, overall energy, and even a message for the month. Now, I think it's important to remember that this is a general reading for all my Tauruses out there. So to get the most out of this reading, it's really important for you to be intuitively connected so you can discern which parts of this message are for you. So it'll be kind of like we're doing this reading together in a sense. And to help you guys access your own intuitive or psychic headspace, I'm going to be offering a 20-second meditation. So if you want to go on ahead and participate in that, you can get into a nice, comfortable headspace or a nice, calm, relaxed space. And we'll go on ahead and jump into that 20-second meditation right now. All right, so hopefully that 20-second meditation was enough time for you guys to get intuitively synced in. If not, feel free to pause this video. Also, don't forget to check out your Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos that I've linked down below for you guys, so you can have an even more detailed overview for the month. So if you want to be fully equipped for the month of June, you can go on ahead and head to the description box for all those links. Again, thank you guys so much for visiting me. This means the moon and the stars to me. So now, without further ado, let's go on ahead and jump into this reading. So the very first card that I have for my Tauruses here is the Eight of Cups, then the King of Cups, then the Eight of Wands, the Universe, otherwise known as the world, the Five of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. All right, so starting out all the way on the left over here with this Eight of Cups, this card is representative of your finances for the month. And so for my Tauruses with the Eight of Cups here, I'm seeing definitely a sacrifice that's going to have to be made, but not necessarily like a financial sacrifice where it's like you have to give up a whole bunch of money, but not where I'm seeing it as though like you're there's a huge loss of money or anything like that. But I'm kind of seeing it as more so like a sacrifice where you really want to spend money on something. There's something that you really, really want, but you're just not able to indulge in it is the word that I'm looking for, because it's like you're going to know like, all right, this is just not a responsible decision. This isn't a good idea right now. Like I really want to do it, but I really shouldn't right now. I should really just wait. So really try to control the indulges and the impulses when it comes to your finances. With the next card here being representative of the career with this King of Cups, I'm seeing that is really important for my Tauruses for the month of June to follow your heart, not your head. Listen to the advice of others, listen to, the practical, logical advice, obviously, but really go off of what it is that you feel is right. Because the King of Cups, like he's a practical man, but at the same time, he is led with his intuition. He leads by his intuition. He consults his intuition, and he is very almost submissive in a way to his intuition, but not in a bad way. He's just very like, he uses both parts of himself. He uses his intuitive, more subconscious side, and he uses his left brain, more ego practical side, so really for the month of May for the month of June for my Tauruses, it's really going to be important for as far as your career goes to go deep, really take advice, but make your own decisions. So go deep, really see what you're sensing, what you're feeling, what feels right to you is going to be the most important thing for you to do, and it's what's going to bring you the most peace in the month of June. Moving on here to this third card, the Eight of Wands, which is representative of the love life or the romantic sector in your life. So for the month of June, I'm saying for my Tauruses, some really exciting energy when in terms of romance, in terms of love, in terms of chemistry, partnership. There's going to be some really exciting moments, some really exciting times. Lots of chemistry is what I'm saying. But the thing is like, this is going to be one of those fun things. What this Eight of Cups feels like, or this Eight of Wands feels like to me, is it feels like a summer fling or something. Like it just feels like something that's like really hot, heavy fun, but not necessarily gonna like last too much. Not really. For some of you, you could definitely meet somebody where something like this ends up lasting, but I'm seeing like a lot of like really exciting, fast-paced energy. One thing that I definitely did get with this Eight of Wands though is to be very careful to make sure that you're not messing with your future or interfering with your future, because this energy is going to be feeling so high, so exciting, so fun, so adventurous, that it's going to be a little bit addictive. And just make sure that you're not risking anything with your future, that you're not risking anything that really means a lot to you, because like I said, this energy is going to be really addictive, really fun, really exciting. And if you're not careful, you might be in the sense where you're just kind of like, you might be feeling like the grass is greener on the other side. So don't get into that headspace. Enjoy what's going on, have fun with it, but don't put too much stock into it, is what I'm saying. Moving on to this card, the Universe card is representative of family. And so what I'm saying for family for my Tauruses in the month of June is I'm saying a lot of grounding, a lot of centering. She looks very grounded and centered to me. And it looks as if the family and loved ones is going to be kind of like the center of your world, kind of the center focal point for the month of June. It's going to be where you get a lot of your kind of support and strength from for the month of June, where you're actually going to maybe rely a little bit more on your family, or maybe like call them a little bit more for advice, or really get their opinions, where otherwise you probably wouldn't. Because I'm a Taurus, I get it. Like, we really don't necessarily reach out for advice and help and things like that. We kind of figure that we can do it on our own, and if we figure that we can't do it on our own, we don't even mess with it because it's not even worth it. But I'm kind of seeing where it's like reaching out to family, getting more advice, just being more open and about what it is that you're kind of dealing with and going through, being more expressive about, hey, yeah, I need advice, I need help, I'm wondering what you would do in this situation. I'm kind of seeing that in terms of the family. But just be careful about exactly who it is you're telling your business to, especially if this business is very precious, especially if it's something very sacred, like an idea or some business or something that you want to start. Make sure that you are consulting people that you absolutely trust, okay? Because you really don't want to, like I said, I'm seeing this energy where you're going to be kind of more open and expressive about the things it is that's going on in your really super duper personal private life. So you want to really make sure that you're sharing it with people that you can absolutely trust, okay? The next card here that we have is representative of the challenges, and we have the Five of Wands. Now, five, particularly in the tarot, all the fives represent this point of conflict. If you look at it, the Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Five of Swords, it's all about a conflict. It's all about combativeness. It's all about kind of like a fight, but it's also kind of like this turning point, this point of no return, where we're halfway through our journey, where we're halfway through the completion of our journey. So it's kind of like this point of no return where it's like, okay, I've reached this kind of threshold now. I've kind of reached base camp 1, and there's no going back after this. Once this dispute is settled, once this conflict is handled, things are never going to be the same, because now we're moving forward from this point. So with this Five of Wands, what I'm seeing that the challenges is going to be to really be independent, gaining or kind of taking that individuality. And even though you're going to be surrounded by a lot of people, you're going to have the energy where you're kind of feeling like you want to be surrounded by more people than usual. Usually Tauruses, we kind of enjoy our time alone, but I'm saying for the month of June, where we're not going to mind being around others too much, and we may be around others a lot in the month of June. So what I'm seeing is, like, even though you're in the midst of other people, maybe you're hanging around more people than normal, it's going to be really important for you to keep your independency and keep your own individuality, keep your own opinions and things like that. Don't get too swayed by others' opinions and what it is that they have going on, or their advice that they're giving to you. Make sure that you're receiving everybody's advice, opinions with a grain of salt, and you're still at the end of the day kind of going back into yourself and saying, but what do I want to do? That's going to be super important, but that's going to be a challenge for the month of June, because like I said, I'm seeing my Taurus is kind of being surrounded by a lot of people, or more people than normal, but just to make sure that you're keeping your own individuality. And then with this card over here, the King of Wands being representative of the energy, the overall energy of the month of June. The energy is going to be very firm. It's going to be hot. It's going to be passionate. But the thing about this energy is kind of pushy. It might try to kind of push you around, whether this is other people or whether this is just kind of like the feeling where it's like very kind of almost forceful energy, where you almost feel as if, not that you don't have a say so or a choice, but you almost feel as if things are happening so fast that you almost don't have a chance to make a nice informed decision or a nice choice. Because as Tauruses, we move very slow. We like to really kind of weigh all of our options before we make a decision. You're not really going to get that chance here in the month of June. In the month of June, things are going to be going kind of like quick, where it's like, oh, I got to make a decision kind of on my toes here. So don't be swept up by that energy. Yeah, things are going to be moving pretty fast, but make sure that you stand firm, because this energy is going to feel kind of demanding and maybe even a little assertive. And Tauruses aren't really used to dealing with that. That's not really our cup of tea. We like to be kind of relaxed, chill, weigh all our options before we make a decision. And that's not really going to be the energy for the month of June. And then moving on to the very last card here, the Page of Pentacles, which is the message for the month. What I got with this Page of Pentacles here is to keep your eyes on the prize. Keep that tunnel vision. Remember what you are seeking. Stay committed, grounded, and focused. It's so important to remember what it is that you are here for. Remember what it is that your goals are. Remember what it is that you are trying to attain and go after. Because like I said, there's going to be so much going on that it's going to be very easy to get distracted or kind of caught up in other things. So you're really going to want to make sure that you have a very firm ground and a firm foot on what exactly it is that you need and what you want and that you're trying to go after. Super duper important. Okay. And just like I was saying as well, keep your eyes on the prize. It's just like this Eight of Wands over here with your love life for the month of June. Like I said, things are going to be really exciting, moving really quickly, but make sure that you are not interfering with your future and the things that is that you actually want. So if you're in a relationship and you meet somebody that seems really exciting, it's not always that the grass is greener on the other side. Like I said, stay firm in what it is that you want. Even if it seems like the grass is greener on the other side, that doesn't matter. Focus on the side that you are on in the moment. Stay present. It's going to be really important for the month of June for my Tauruses to stay present. Okay. The very first card that we have here for the Oracle cards is Spider. And Spider is a creator of prosperity through his life's work. So he's all about being process oriented, not result oriented. And that basically just talks about being present, like what I just said. Be present and create from the present moment. Live in the present moment. Experience the present moment, but do not get caught up in the present moment. Just realize that this is what's happening right now. It's cool, having a good time. But at the end of the day, this is just a moment. This is only going to last for a moment. Okay. So, this is really kind of a call back to, as well as with your career and your finances, where it's like, he's creating his prosperity. He's creating his abundance through his life's work. So whatever it is that you are committed to, throughout your life's work, your life's purpose, whatever that is, if you've found it, if you have found your life's work, your life's purpose, it's really important to not let that kind of move to the back burner, because I'm kind of seeing that, as a possibility for the month of June for my Tauruses here. Okay. The very next card that we have here is Aquamarine. And Aquamarine is all about seeing beyond the illusion. I mean, I swear, like every single card here is like, don't get caught up in anything. This is just lasting for a moment. Don't make any sort of permanent decision in a fleeting moment. So if just because this energy is going to be really different and it's not going to be something that you're maybe normally used to for the month of June, doesn't mean it's a really good time to make a permanent decision. Because like I said, you don't want to make a permanent decision when you're dealing with temporary energy, temporary emotions, temporary behaviors, temporary actions, temporary people. Okay. Super duper important. And that's exactly what Aquamarine talks about, is not being seduced by vivid imaginings or wishful thinking, not being sold a fool's dream. You know how they call it fool's paradise. So be very careful about that. Keep it practical while still having fun. That is totally possible, to stay as practical as possible, but you're still having fun. You're still enjoying the moment. It's like, yeah, I'm having the blast of my life, but I also understand that this is temporary. This is not something that I need to really put all my eggs into this basket right now. The next card that we have here, look, you guys, Between Worlds. Yeah, so there's something where the between worlds really talks about a transition, not being out of one situation before moving on to the next situation and being fully engaged in the next situation. So it kind of talks about being in this place of like no man's land where it's like I've planted these seeds, now I'm waiting for things to grow or prosper or whatever the case, and I'm not really sure what's going on right now. I've planted the seeds, but the ground, there's nothing sprouting out from the ground. So I don't really know what's going on right now, but that's okay because it's just about really kind of trusting the process and being in the present and understanding, just like the spider here, where he is completely detached from the results. He's only attached to the process. He's living in the present moment. Between Worlds talks about that. It's okay to be between worlds. Just live in the moment and trust the process. Trust that you are gonna eventually get to the other side, because there's something to be learned in this kind of state of like where you're just kind of like this floater, state of limbo, because you know you've already done the work. For many of my Tauruses, you guys have already done the work. You're just kind of waiting for the results right now. So just enjoy the time it is that you're having right now. For me, what June really looks like for my Tauruses here is it almost looks like a timeout, or like, you know, like recess or something, where it's like, yeah, you've done the work. Now this is kind of like a time where we're just kind of waiting. We're just waiting for things to unfold. Not even necessarily receiving. We're just waiting for things to unfold, you know? This talks about a state of growth and development, okay? And just being present, being fully present. And there's power in being in a place where you really don't know what's happening. You really don't know what's going to happen. But I've done the work. I've planted the seeds. Now it's just time to have faith and enjoy my time, because June looks like it's going to be like a really fun or exciting month for my Tauruses, okay? Next card that we have here is enlightenment, then wisdom, and then expansion. Enlightenment really talks about the journey being more important than the destination, just like what we've been saying the entire time, being completely detached from the result, but being completely attached to the process. So that's exactly what enlightenment talks about. The journey is more important than the destination. Don't worry about the destination. Don't worry about where it is that you're going to end up at. Just be present in the moment right now. This is really a time to have fun. I feel like the universe is kind of giving Tauruses like a little bit of like some time off, like maybe like taking the month off and just having fun, not doing too much work, doing work, you know, still being committed to your work, still being committed to your future and to your life's purpose and all that, but not in a way where you're so feverishly working where it's like you don't have time for fun. This is really a time for like play, is what I'm saying with my Tauruses here. And then the next card with wisdom, it talks about being present, controlling your thoughts, and as well as wisdom kind of ties back into this King of Cups over here, because wisdom begs the question, do I follow my heart or do I listen to my head? And that's where wisdom comes in at, where you know when it's time to listen to the practical, more logical, more left brain side of yourself, or the more so subconscious, emotional, sensitive, right-sided brain of yourself. You're going to know that, but it comes from a wise person knowing which side to pick, dependent upon which situation, dependent upon which person, dependent upon, you know, where you find yourself in the present moment. And then the very last card over there, expansion, it talks about a state of uncertainty because you're pushing into new territory. So you're going to need advice from people that it is that you really trust. Like I said with the universe over here, make sure that you are getting advice from people that you absolutely trust, that you absolutely know has your back and wants to see you doing well for yourself. They want to see you doing good for yourself. Be careful, because not everybody that says they want good for you actually wants good for you. So be extremely, extremely careful for the month of June with who it is that you were telling your extremely personal private business to, because for whatever reason, I'm just kind of getting the sense that not everybody for my Tauruses for the month of June are really rooting for you to actually make it. They might say they are, but they're not. And it's not because they're trying to take you down or anything. They're probably just in a state of lack in their lives, you know, and maybe it's just difficult for them to see other people getting ahead or something with the state that they're in right now. Okay. So, but just like expansion with between worlds is pushing into new territory. It's just kind of that state of just waiting. It's kind of like that state where the butterfly is like in the cocoon, and you know, it's not a caterpillar anymore. It's not a butterfly yet. It's just kind of in that like limbo state, but just to trust that process, have fun with it, and enjoy the month. Okay. So this is all that I'm seeing for my Tauruses, sun, moon, rising, even Venus. If you haven't seen your moon, rising, or Venus sign video, make sure that you guys check those out. I've linked the rest of the signs down below in the description box so you can get an even better, more descriptive look at the upcoming month of June. Thank you guys so much for visiting my channel and allowing me to do this reading for you guys and connecting with me. Hopefully you guys come back to visit me soon. I pray that you guys have an amazing June. Really explore, be adventurous, let out that exciting side. I know my Tauruses can get crazy and have an exciting side, so make sure that you're exploring that this month, okay, and have fun. So I'll be back next time, you guys. Thanks so much for visiting me. Okay, bye.